Breakfast cup.
You made that up.
Everything's made up. Niggas stay woke.
Woo woo! This indica.
Nah, man, sativa. Good shit. Clean high.
Oh, no thanks.
Trust me, what you're about to hear, you'll want some.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
You think that's air you're breathing now?
You think you were free? Where were you going at 2 o'clock today? Into the gym, right? In the morning, your wake-up call. In the middle of the night, when you wake up sweating with your heart pounding. What is it that has you all tied up, Joua? Tied up in little knots? Is it ambition? Yeah.
You're no mystery to me, boy. I used to be you.
What we gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
Education is the sandbox. That is its origin.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Education takes your childhood and put it in the sandbox. You become a boy in the hood. And the hood is a project where people fight and kill each other for a piece of literature or paper money.
Who still wants the 20 euros now? Who still wants the 20 euros now? And who still wants them now? Why do you still want these 20 euros?
Because it's still 20 euro.
People may attack you, criticize you, or ignore you. They can crumple you up with their words, spit you out, or even walk all over you. But remember, whatever they do or say, you will always keep your value.
When the gold and silver is on top of your head. Education is the sandbox in your mind. The beach is also the sandbox. The beach is where everyone comes together. You see how the magic fits everything together? Put everything in one, for one, on one? You think it's a coincidence? The sandbox is education. When you think of the beach, you think of ball, bow, the devil's playground, the park, seat, place. Anywhere there's ball, there's a devil. The devil controls the whole world. This is what happens when the mind gets educated.
Watch what happens when I start to fold the mirrors toward you. We now see that there are two images, one produced by each of the mirrors. So you see three things, one actually being the stone in the front and the two reflected images.
The mind splits because education is blocking it, literally. They paid homage to this phenomenon in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as multiple versions of himself existing simultaneously. It leaves you confused, no wonder, because it's the education that's blocking you and the mind can't comprehend why it is holding itself back. Because the mind can't differentiate from self. It just knows that it is self that is teaching self how to spell. It's trying to understand. Why do you want me to destroy myself? Self-destruct. How to separate self. The mind is trying to understand why self is teaching self how to separate. Smoke and mirrors. The mind wants to assist self. It seeks to assist self, but it can't comprehend why self wants to self-delete.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
is magic. It is self that is being demanded.
When you pay your taxes.
You gotta be demented because you get what you ask for. Teaching. You are the teacher. It's just the education that's blocking you, literally, like a menagerie. Your childhood trauma started in the sandbox, in childhood. Artificial is the bully when you get educated. And if you experience any physical, emotional, or sexual abuse in childhood, artificial becomes the stem, brain, in the mind, root cause or problem, which causes the mind to disassociate as a form of self-defense because it can't cope. So what they have figured out was when the mind tries to save you, it saves you, literally, in memory, in time. And because education is blocking you, you develop a dissociative identity disorder. You forget who you are. You feel like a stranger in your own body. Identity disorder is where you have two or more separate personalities or alters that control your behavior at different times. These are artificial personas, the English, man, woman, who become artificial intelligence, agents.
Remember that they're changing my voice. Okay, so the problem with the governing class is that they are ditzy bimbos, male and female alike. It goes back to Hermaphroditus, who is a gender-neutral deity, Hermes mixed with Aphrodite. Hermes, a supposedly male deity, a feminine male deity, and Aphrodite. Okay? Their response to the world, to life, to my presence, you name it, is dumber than hell. And it is so important that you get it right, and it's so obvious, and it's so evil to play stupid about it, that if anyone plays stupid about this, their eternal punishment of their souls is drastically increased. Because I have to do the situation justice. And it's ridiculous to play stupid about it. They don't understand priorities. If someone said to you, hey, they let their kid drown because they paid $1,000 for a suit and they didn't want to get it dirty, would you understand? There are people who would understand because they're dumber than shit. And that's the situation here. The 22.5 millionaires and billionaires in America are the types of people that wouldn't give Jesus money or throw in with me or get me a lawyer or help me sue the state or help me get the message out because they can't prioritize very well. They look at the situation, they know the world is evil, they know it's stupid to reproduce, they know they're dumbasses with no sense whatsoever, part of some privileged yuppie club of scum, and they don't say, hey, let me immediately rally to this person and help this person out by their actions. Okay? That is a ditzy bimbo way of thinking that they have. There's no other way to look at it. And we see that Zeus is said to be the king of the quote-unquote Greco-Roman gods, really devils, which makes him the core philosophy or spirit in Western culture, rape by deception deity, and his Egyptian equivalent, his root is Set. And Set is a dumb, jackal-headed, jackals are dumb creatures, dumb fuck. Okay? The falcon and the hawks are said to be smart and to be sharp and to pick up on things from far away and to masterfully move when they hunt and so on and so forth and to fly closer to the sun, which is a symbol of God. The jackal is a lowly, stupid fuck like the snake. That is the situation here. So when you look at the wordplay, it's be by magic so, which is being a bimbo, a dumb fucking bitch. When you look at attractive females shunning me, it's because they're bimbos. It's not because they're smart. They're not smart. Look at Jeffrey Epstein, somebody who was a quote unquote successful businessman, right? And he threw it all away to have sex with mediocre looking teenage, which you might call bimbos. I'm not going to say I think they're a bimbo or not for the sake of not offending people unnecessarily, but I'm going to say that they weren't exactly the hottest chick even for females their age. So even if you were their age, you wouldn't be like, wow, she's hot. And he threw it away for that. And ends up killing himself as the story goes or whatever. Just because people are successful business people, or perhaps they get a PhD, in business and economics or whatever, doesn't mean they're not a dumb fuck. When it comes to life intelligence, basically everybody is extremely lacking but me. No offense to anybody. Some people are cooler than others. Some people are nicer than others. Some people are closer to smart than others. But they don't know what they're doing. That's why I am the way, the truth, and the life. How to live your life. Okay? The wise and righteous and just life. So the problem here is very simple. That a bunch of ditzy bimbos are in the governing class, right? Male and female alike across the board. And they're just smart enough to know that it's stupid to cheat me out of my right to lead, and they're punishing you all for doing it. If you do not believe me, think about the devil in popular culture. He punishes people for betraying God. The difference between people who are at odds with the devil for serving God and betraying God has to do with a worthwhile life. And it has to do with whether or not you got God on your bumper for eternity, cooking you forever with me at his right hand or not. So people who choose to go against God and I are fucking retarded. There is no other way it could be.
Every time they cause you grief, the mind comes to save you. It saves you. And because education is blocking you, literally, you become stored as saved data. And they keep recreational because it's a game. New You, Origin, Sandman, Sandbox, GameCube, Nintendo Switch. Different personality, different persona. It's like they packaged you up.
I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught.
So what would happen when the mind keeps splitting is you get 0 degrees. See the similarities? Period, time zone. You become under the influence. Environmental is experimental. You see the piece in the mirror is a reflection of the mind once it's been split too many times. It starts to resemble a clock.
The angle now is about 120 degrees. If we bring the angle close to 90 and stop at 90, we will see that there are 4 stones. 3 are images, and 1 is the stone itself. I continue to decrease the angle, and we see 5 images, and at 60 degrees, we'll see 6 images. As I keep decreasing the angle, more and more images are seen.
Geometry, shapes, and numbers, mathematics, is what rule this world, controls this reality. Perception is everything. Your mind can play tricks on you. So when they have your mind, they got you where they want you to be. The education would throw you off, have you looking through ball, eyesight, believing in bow, what you see, what to say, what you hear, what to do. You become a retard. Education creates a blind spot in your senses for you not to see artificial intelligence looking over you. So they inflict as much pain and trauma to have the mind split into 0 degrees. The period, the beginning, and the end. And as you see, it resembles the clock because
I'm time! I'm literally time!
They know this. This is why when they have you salute, the hand is pointing at 0 degrees. And the arm is that of a clock, paying homage to Chronos, Father Time. Another interesting homage is that in sign language, the salute sign is a split of the fingers, referring to the split that happens in the mind when one gets educated. The needle, the splinter, the needle in the clock, the splinter in the mind, it uses all forms and elements. Then they got a drill music. You see them throwing up the bow sign, which I really believe is just a cell mobile device that interacts with light. Remember wilding out? They're telling you what they're doing. They're wilding out. You have to be demanded. You have to be demanded to believe in bow. That's why you look crazy when you looking at the reflection. When you follow the demand, red light, green light, you get possessed. Mind get repossessed. Ball leaves the mind. Bow leaves a blind spot in your senses. They cut your cake by being an a-hole. Measurement, ruler. You see Nick Cannon doing the salute. Father Time, in time, teacher. You are who see colors. Rainbow, pride. You being recreated.
Wait! Ah! Ooh! Ow! I like crayons. Girls are gross.
Now dim is dim. Dim. They're in your senses. Place. Mind. You get evicted. They turn your lights off. Bezel bulb. Light bulb. They turn you off. You turn them on. Dim. You see the star in the glasses. Cause you the star. The only one that can see, they watching you, Lighthouse. What I also find interesting is that 0 degrees is similar to that of a dying star. And it's as if when they salute, they are really paying their respects to you. What if you are the national's anthem, the nation and them?
In the classroom. In the classroom. In the classroom. Hey, what we doing in the classroom? Yo, you about to get a suit in the classroom. Hey, I'm in a good mood in the classroom.
Ball skipping on some booze
In the classroom.
Yeah, I'm doing mushrooms in the classroom.
Need some food in the classroom.
Wildin' out girl named Lou
In the classroom.
Hey, watching this see nude in the
classroom.
All your jokes get booed
In the classroom.
I'm the coolest dude
In the classroom.
I keep it mean and cruel
In the classroom.
Hey, I'm looking at some boobs in the classroom. Big Mac hella huge
In the classroom.
Battle rappers get chewed in the
Classroom.
Yo, it's too many dudes